Hello, everybody. I'm super
Hi.
excited today because we are having our first guest, our first artist to be interviewed by our YouTube channel, and it's the amazing super talent Gala Dragot. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. Thank you for asking.
So before we going live, we were talking about the fact that Gala actually really likes Brazilian
Yeah.
culture. So could you share with us a little bit about that?
Well, I don't know much, let's say, about the culture, but what I know about it, I really like. I'm talking about the music. The music is top tier. It's amazing. I listen to a lot of Brazilian music. Um, what else? The language, of course. Okay, it's Portuguese, but the way you speak it, it has always enchanted me because whenever I hear Brazilians talking, it directly sounds like music. There's such emotion in the way you speak and such like the phrasing is so nice. It's directly music, and of course there's a lot of great movies from Brazil as well. So yeah, those things I really love.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. But I would like actually talk about the country that your family comes from, which is Albania. And it's interesting because Albania seems to be, it's a small country for sure, but they do have a lot of artists that come from Albania or have an Albanian background around the planet, like Rita Ora, Eleni Foureira, and Maumeta. Like there was even an edition in Eurovision that we had three artists from Albania. One of them representing Cyprus, another one representing Italy, and then the one that was really representing Albania. And they were all in the final, by the way. So
Okay.
it's interesting how such a small country has so many artists. Like if we consider if we compare to other nations. So like what do you guys from Albania have that it's so interesting?
I don't
Like it's
know.
amazing.
It's true when you think about it. A lot of the big pop girls, Dua Lipa, Rita Ora, they're they're Albanian, and it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really can't answer to that. I have no idea.
So, what do you think that your family, because your father is an artist,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
let me see if I got his name correctly. I'll probably mispronounce it.
It's okay. Don't worry.
It's oh my god, no, I did not really. Let me get here. Mm, I got my facts right, but his name is Robert Ali, right?
Yeah, perfect. Aliyah.
Alia, okay. So what's the influence of your family in your music in general? But like it seems that you are a musician, but you also are interested in other arts, right? You
Yeah,
like film and stuff.
yeah. I think I grew up with a lot of music because my dad's an artist, but he used to be a singer as well back in the day when he was younger. Um, and I don't know, I just grew up being very stimulated with all kinds of arts. So I would watch movies with my parents. They would always show me music. Um, and also my dad's a painter, and that's why I draw a lot. I paint. But their influence in music, I think it's pretty big. I think every child is heavily influenced by their parents, and I think that goes for me as well. For example, all my dad's favorite music happens to also be my favorite music. Um, so things like that.
So now, so then I can ask you that, like, what's your musical background? Like, which artists have influenced you?
A lot. A lot. I can't name all of them, but I'll name a few that I really think are icons. Björk, she is my wow. I look up to her so much. It's crazy. Then you have all the classics: David Bowie, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Pink Floyd. They're all just such massive icons. Rosalia as well. So many people I love.
So, like moving to your participation in Percivalicangas, you were invited there to present a song that was already released. It's not a song that you're competing with, which is a very nice song. Congrats! It's very
Thank,
interesting.
thank you.
So, how was the experience in Festivalicangas? Because Festivalicangas is probably the stage is probably very different from the stage that you're used to. Because you have performed in The Voice, we're going to talk about that. But like Festivalicangas is big, like it's super big. There's an orchestra. So, how did you feel there? Like you played your piano, you sang your song. So, what was the atmosphere there?
It was a great atmosphere, um, but it happened that that night I became very sick. I had like
Oh,
40 degrees Celsius. I don't know how much that is
it's the
in.
same here in Brazil. Yes.
Okay. Um, so I was very sick and my voice was gone. So we were thinking about canceling the event because I couldn't, the morning I couldn't sing. And then I was like, I came all the way to Albania to sing and I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna do that. So I sang anyways. My voice was just very raspy, but it didn't really matter because I had the opportunity to create a very special moment. I invited my dad onto the stage and we sang a song together, which was very special.
This is nice. This is nice. But like, by the way, Albania chose the song that it's supposed to represent them in Eurovision, which is performed by Albina, right? So we also had some icons of Albanian music in that festival, like Maniola, um, Hovenadilo, and also the big Elsa Lila. So how did you feel to be
She's
close?
Elsa. Wow, wait. I have to talk about this. So I watched. So backstage we have a TV where everyone can watch the show as well, every contestant. And I was watching. I was like, she sings so well. This song was so beautiful, so captivating. But I was disappointed that she didn't win to go to Eurovision. To be fair, because the song is just so beautiful. I was looking at the screen. I was like, and so when I heard that she didn't go to Eurovision, I was a bit disappointed. But okay,
Well, I must say I was disappointed too, but well, c'est la vie.
yeah,
And but like it was a great moment for Festival Cannes for sure.
yeah.
I would like to talk about your victory on The Voice 2020. Like it actually it was not long ago, like 3 years, right? It was not long ago. Yeah,
That, no, that's so long ago.
you think so?
But time really flies. Like 3 years have gone by just like that. Um, but yeah, the victory at The Voice, I think it was my moment of realization that I love music and I like to sing. Because I don't know, I didn't take The Voice seriously in the beginning. I never thought I'd win it because I didn't. How do you say like when you sign up for a show?
Apply.
Yeah, I didn't apply with the intention of I want to do music in my life because I didn't know yet. So I applied because a friend of me applied as well, and she was like,
Ah,
"Gala, come apply with me and maybe we'll sing together, just to laugh. And I ended up winning it, and then I don't know, it was like working with music all the time and singing. I realized that shit, I really like this. So it was very good. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. It was the first time that I took singing seriously, which went well.
Well, wait, this is actually surprising. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's interesting because like you came and you won like out of the blue. You did not really have a lot of investment in it, and then you figure it out. It's something that you love to do. This is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think everyone's moment of realization of what they like comes at a different time for everyone. Because I thought when I was smaller, I thought, yeah, I want to be an actress. I still want to be an actress, but I think music has taken over me, and now it's my first passion.
Okay. Okay, now this is interesting. I would like to ask you actually about how was the work with Sean Don't. Is it Don't? Is it
Don't, yeah.
correct? Yeah, Don't. Like how was the process? Because he's a punk musician. Like it's a style that's a bit different from yours. So how did he influence you? And do you still have contact with him? Is he supporting your adventure on Eurosong?
Um, so at the Voice, well, I almost fell. At the Voice Kids, I chose Sean Don't because I did my research, of course, for who I'm gonna choose because I didn't really know them, and I went for Sean Don't because the older contestants in his team were often girls who sang jazz, and I love jazz music, and I thought like I can go in his team and also sing jazz.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. Because I would think that you would pick Laura Tesoro because she's the
Yeah, but I would have picked her, but she was blocked, so I couldn't pick her because everybody turned, and I took like 15 minutes to choose, and people were like saying, "No, Gala, you have to choose now. There's the contestants waiting," and I was like, "I don't know who to choose." But I ended up choosing Sean, which was a great option because I ended up winning. But also, like our collaboration. To be fair, I think like my dad was the my coach during that
oh,
time, because we also because of Corona, the
mm,
COVID virus hit, and we couldn't see each other often, like with the coaches. So I was really just practicing with my dad.
okay.
So I'd say my dad was the true coach. Of course, like Sean supported me and stuff, of course. But now I haven't heard from him.
Oh,
But life doesn't really matter, anyways.
true. So you have two songs in your song. So
hmm
first of all, I'd like to ask you, why did you decide to apply for your song? Like, where did this idea come from?
Well, it was an open call, so everybody in Belgium could send demos, and then if you get chosen, you're lucky. Um, and they asked me as Gala, there's this open call. Are you interested? You might go to Eurovision. And then I was like, wait, because that's not a bad idea. I was like, why not? Because you have it's this huge scene, and once you get on that scene, so many people are watching you, and for me, it just meant an opportunity of sharing my music with more people, and that's great.
So, so you decided just because it's like a big opportunity, so people would see your
Yeah,
work, right?
I think I think mostly exposure and being active again. Because I haven't released music in 2 years. I was busy with school, all that stuff. So I was like, this is the opportunity for me to get back into it.
So I would like to ask you about the two songs that you are performing, right? The songs that you have submitted. The first one is Emotional Ollie, and the second one is I'm going to mispronounce it because I just can't speak French at all, like at all,
Yeah,
at all.
don't worry.
T'inquiète,
Almost, almost. T'inquiète.
T'inquiète. So, how did you choose these songs? Like, there were other options. Did you compose them specifically for the competition, or did you already have the songs?
Yeah, we already had the songs because I wrote them when I was 15 years old. Now I'm 17. And we already had them since I was 15. And but the moment we wrote them, it was not really the perfect moment to also release them. But now, so we were looking for demos to send in the open call for Eurovision, and we were like, these two could work, you know. So that's why we chose them.
So there were other songs. So you think that these are the ones that could work for the competition?
Yeah, yeah. And then we also, I had some sessions to write a song for Eurovision, but it didn't work well. I don't know, I was so attached to the other songs that I couldn't compose anything new that really stood out.
Many Eurovision songs that won the competition in the end, they were not meant for Eurovision.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, well, these songs were also not meant, so we'll see.
Maybe you see, because I think that not this one, but not sure if Måneskin. Every time like there is a song that is competing in Sanremo, the song is not meant for Eurovision. Like it eventually goes for to Eurovision, but it's not meant to go to Eurovision, right? And
Yeah,
it usually doesn't have 3 minutes. They usually have to edit the song and revamp it, So maybe you have an Eurovision winner on the cover.
I hope so.
So, first of all, this is something that people are going to ask you. You probably cannot answer this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. So, which of the songs do you plan to select? Is there one that you really like, or
Well, it's hard because they're both. No, wait. Let me put it this way. Emotion Ollie is a lot of fun to sing. Like when I sing it, it's like I become this character in a movie,
Mhm.
and I'm allowed to do whatever with my voice. I can exaggerate. I can sing ugly. I'm not afraid of transforming my voice into something weak sometimes. And that's the thing with T'inquiète. T'inquiète is for me because I have a low register and it's quite high. It's quite hard to sing, and every time I sing T'inquiète, it's a challenge for me, and it's really a challenge I have to face. And thinking about that is really it's not frustrating at all. It's very hyping because I'm like, I hope it goes well. So it's not a mystery, but that's the thing with T'inquiète. I have to like stick to certain um, ways of singing, and in Emotion Only, of course, I also have to sing well, but I allow myself more creative expression. So that's the thing. Like T'inquiète has this grandiosity and this coolness that you will still discover because we haven't heard that yet. But Emotion Only has this heavy emotion And oh, you hear that, and I love it so much.
Yeah, now that you mention it, when I saw you performing Emotion on Ollie, I could see that performance. Like even though it was a very short clip, I could see that performance in a movie. Like it
Oh,
felt like,
really?
yeah, it felt quite cinematic, right? The way you
Wow.
actually you are quite cinematic, right? You have
Okay, nice. That's
this
nice. Thank
scene.
you.
Yeah, I think that this is a good quality for an artist, right? Because if you have this cinematic atmosphere around you, people are going to want to watch you.
That's great. That's great. I haven't thought about that. Great. Thank you.
Well, so let me ask you: do you follow Eurovision? Do you watch the show? Do you think that? How do you think that Albania is doing in Eurovision? How do you think that Belgium is doing in Eurovision? Because I think that Belgium were like in a very good moment, and then things were a bit not as good as they expected in the last few years. So, what do you think? Are there some artists from Eurovision that have inspired you? And
Mhm.
like, if there's someone that you say, okay, this is a singer that I would like to be when I grow up, right?
Okay. So I do watch Eurovision every year. I watched it 2 years ago. I watched Eurovision. Um, and all the years before that as well. And obviously the years where I was a baby, I don't remember anything. um, but yeah, I like to watch it because it's curious. You have very good music sometimes, you have very bad music sometimes, but it's worth watching it for the good music and for I don't know, it's like a fun activity with your family to watch it. Um, and there have been some artists that I really love. Maneskin, I love Maneskin. Also, their performance on Eurovision was so good. It was so good. Um, Another artist on Eurovision, which I don't know any of his other music, but his music on Eurovision really touched me. That was Salvador Sobral.
Oh yes.
It was so good. Oh my god. Mm-mm. Yeah, those two are my top Eurovision performances I have witnessed.
Hmm. Now it's interesting that you mentioned Salvador Sobral because Salvador is like this. Um, when he performed on Eurovision, um, a Brazilian singer. I'm not sure if you know him, Caetano Veloso.
No.
Caetano Veloso is like this big name here from Brazil, and he tweeted before after Salvador performed in Eurovision. He said Salvador Sobral is very good. I want him to win, and Salvador Sobral won. And Salvador Sobral
Yeah.
was so proud of that, and he said, "Okay, I'm very happy that I won. It's good that I have the trophy, but for me, the biggest victory is having this tweet from Caetano Veloso." And he asked Caetano to perform with him the year later in Eurovision
Wow.
2016.
Okay, nice.
You should watch it. It was very good. It was a very beautiful performance.
Okay, I watch it. I watch it because I loved how the contrast in Eurovision we're used to very big things and very Eurovision ish songs, and then he came with this jazzy classical music and such a beautiful song.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. So, as you said, you have a couple of songs besides the ones that you're using for Eurosong. And are you planning to release an EP or an album?
Well, right now, I of course I'm planning to release more music. But I'll still have to see how I will. Maybe an EP, probably an EP. Um, but I think also just singles. An album, I'm not sure yet because I feel like for an album you need this. For me, an album is really one concept. You know, I don't want it to be a collection of songs. I don't know, because if you look at Pink Floyd, for example, their albums are all, it's a concept album. It's one album that is in one, in fact, one song. That I really like. Um, so I want the album to be coherent. But on the other side, I'm like, maybe you don't have to be coherent all the time because life is not coherent. And you cannot have 12 songs that sound the same but are different. You know, because an album is often like a period of 3 years in your life. And in that period, you will not feel the same all the time. So it's hard to like create this sound that is the same, you know? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that.
Oh no, no, no! This is this. It sounds good because it feels like you really, like it feels that you are an artist that really focus on the process, right? And that you take things slowly, and one makes things that mean something for you, right?
Yeah, I want to make things that mean something. Of course, I also have songs that are shitty and bad, but just fun to listen to. But every artist has that. It's just funny music. Why not? It's an emotion you feel. Why not express it? But yeah, I like when music has makes you feel something. It's important for me.
And I think it's interesting when you say that you want to tell a story through an album, like it has to be cohesive. And I think that at the beginning of the interview, you mentioned Bjork, and Bjork is a bit like that too, right?
Yeah, yeah, especially her latest albums. They're so coherent. They're so good. Wow, and you really like when you listen to a Björk album, you're in a new world and you discover like sounds and it's crazy. But also Tyler the Creator, Igor, all of his albums, you know, and that's why I'm like I'm not ready right now to deliver such thing. Maybe I am, and I just don't know. But we'll see what happens. Maybe you never know. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm super excited to listen to your other songs because I
Thank
like
you.
Contagious and I liked it, and I was a bit frustrated when they said, "Oh, she doesn't have other songs; she just have one."
No,
Oh,
I have only one song. But okay, I wrote Contagious when I was 14. So
really?
yeah, so I hope there's an evolution in my music.
Well, I really like it the way it is. So
Thank
let's see. You're probably going to make things that are better. Okay, so this is actually the end of our interview. Gala,
thank
thank you very much for contributing with us. It was very nice meeting you. It's nice to
thank
see,
you for having me.
oh, but it's nice to see like such an young artist with this, uh, um, because it feels that you are developing your identity as a singer, but you kind of already know who you are. Like,
Yeah, it's
so,
exactly. You're still developing, of course. I know who I am deep inside, but you're still like it's your whole life. Everything changes, you change, you now you just evolve. How do you say that? Evolution. You go
yeah, you
through,
have.
yeah, you evolve your whole life. So
And this is what beautiful about art, right?
yeah, that's what nice. It's so nice when you see an artist and you see that his art in the beginning is completely different than in the end, and you see all the phases he went through. It's amazing.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gala. I
Thank
wish
you.
you the best of luck on Eurosong. I hope
Thank
you
you
pick
so
you pick the right song because I couldn't I couldn't pick one myself.
No,
I think
I hope so too.
just feel it, okay? Feel it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Ciao. Mwah.
Ciao.